All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to give you an update over Roy Jones Jr., Adrien Bronner, Michael Williams controversy. Roy Jones sets the record straight about what happened and why the Adrien Bronner fight is not taking place. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 147-pound division where Adrien Bronner had a fight canceled with Michael Williams Jr., and there were a lot of accusations thrown around at Roy Jones Jr., and Roy Jones Jr. has now addressed those. So I did a video about it originally, so got to give you the update so I can give you the side of the story on this channel, because it's on another channel. I do believe World Combat Sports is the person that did the interview with Roy Jones Jr., but got to get, for the sake of having talked about it on this channel, I want to share what happened and give you my thoughts on that. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also, if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, thank you so much for your continued support in the super chats and the cash apps of the live streams. It really is what makes the channel go, and you key subscribers and supporters are the ones that make it happen. Also, thank you to anybody and everybody that supports in the super thanks of videos like this. But let's get into this. Adrien Bronner is a former multiple-time world champion. Has had a rough go of it over the last couple years and was making a change in setting from Showtime to BLK Prime. Unfortunately for Adrien Bronner, he had several fights fall through. The first one was a fight with Ivan Redcash, where Ivan Redcash had some promotional issues and he wasn't able to take the fight. Then after that, you had Hank Lundy out of Philadelphia. He was supposed to fight Hank Lundy out of Philadelphia. He had some promotional issues and he couldn't take the fight. And then when it looked like it was all settled and good, Michael Williams Jr. stepped in and we were supposed to get a fight with them. However, Michael Williams, at 9 days before the fight was supposed to take place, broke his jaw. And as a result, was not able to fight Adrien Bronner. Now, the reason given for that originally from Michael Williams Sr., his father, was that Roy Jones Jr. had wanted to pull out Michael Williams Jr. from the fight. And then they had told him, no, we're not going to pull out of the fight. And after that, Roy Jones Jr., according to Michael Williams Sr., put Michael Williams Jr. in the ring with a bigger guy. And I believe someone had said he was either a light heavyweight or he's a bigger guy. And they had hard sparring and that guy broke his son's jaw. As a result, they were not able to make the fight. Now, there's a lot of people that made assumptions, and I'm going to tell you right now, the entire time was like, I am not putting that jacket on Roy Jones Jr. Because first, he may have said, we don't want the fight, right? And then he very well could have put him in the ring with somebody and Michael Williams had his jaw broken. But to connect him not wanting the kid to fight with the guy getting his jaw broke and acting as if he set it up, that is a gigantic leap to make. Right? Not saying this somebody out there hasn't done it, but goodness gracious, that's a big leap to make, right? So Roy Jones Jr. corrects the record. According to him, he gives his side of the story, should I say, and says, no, that is not why I wanted. First of all, he says, yes, it is true that I didn't want him to take the fight. And yes, it is true he got his jaw broke. But the story that people are telling is not the narrative associated with it is off. He said that the reason Roy Jones Jr. said that the reason that Roy did not want Michael Williams to fight Adrien Broner is because he said he didn't like how he looked in sparring. He said that he had him fighting guys that were lightweights, with 3-0 lightweights, sparring Michael Williams, and he was having a hard time with those guys. And he said one guy, and I don't remember the names of them, of the particular fighters, but one of them had a hurt hand, and so he was basically fighting Michael Williams Jr. with one hand, and he was still getting the best of him in sparring. So he said, so right there, he's like, look, the reason why I told him I didn't want him to fight Adrien Broner is because Adrien Broner is a 5-time world champion. And if he gets in the ring with Adrien Broner could very, very well hurt that guy. Right now, it's interesting to hear that, where you say, okay, like to think about it in that fashion, that Adrien Broner is a serious fighter, right? Like, he's the man is no joke. So, and yeah, he lost to Manny Pacquiao, but he gave Manny Pacquiao a good fight. He lost to Sean Porter, gave Sean Porter a good fight. Lost to Marcus Maidana, gave Marcus Maidana a good fight, right? Of the fights that he's lost and he's gotten draws, Adrien Broner is in there in the fight. These are competitive fights that he's having. And on top of it, this is with him not particularly being in the best shape, and not necessarily being all that right. If you put Adrien Broner in there with a young kid that is not a world-class level fighter, and you put him in there and he's having a hard time with guys that are at 133-0 guys that are 135 pounds, if you put somebody like a kid in there with Adrien Broner might very seriously hurt that guy. Right, because Adrien Broner is no joke, and that's what Roy Jones Jr. was saying in his justification for it. Now, as far as how the guys, I couldn't really make sense of the commentary. That's why I say make sure you guys go and check out the original audio on it. But it was kind of hard for me to understand Roy Jones on the phone that he was on, especially since he's got that very deep Southern accent and he speaks very fast. But it sounded to me as if he was only person that he had any hard sparring with was the 3-0 guys that are 130 pounds. And he talked about how, he had other guys that he could have had him spar, like Pirelli, the welterweight, the guy, Pirelli, the Italian welterweight that Roy works with. He said he wouldn't even put him in there with him because he didn't want to get the kids. He didn't want to get the kid hurt. Right. And he said that he didn't know about the broke jaw. The first time he heard something, he heard it was a tooth or something like that. But, he wasn't aware of the injury. But in any way you cut it, he did not go out of his way and conspire to get this young man hurt. He actually was trying to protect him and trying to because he's like, man, I'm putting him in there and sparring him with guys that are 3-0. I mean, that's me protecting him, and it's not me. And then I'm telling him, no, man, don't take this fight with Adrien Broner. You can turn around and get hurt. That's trying to protect him and trying to keep the kid from getting hurt, right? Boxing's a very, very, as we all know, boxing's a very, very serious deal, man, and you definitely can get hurt. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Because, people have been asking me about it when it first happened, and then I'd heard what Michael Williams said and my take, and I hadn't heard what Roy Jones Jr. what his response was. But, my take on it is like, man, I mean, I guess, things like that have happened, but man, that's a big leap to take between him saying you shouldn't take a fight and then him going to get some big dude to purposely come in and hurt the guy. You know what I mean? It just didn't make sense to me. And this, what Roy Jones Jr. makes a lot more sense to me. But anyway, it is what it is. That's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.